We're up too high.
We just talked about how you don't like roller coasters.
I don't really like heights.
Oh, is that more of a height thing than a speed and turning thing?
No, speed and turning, I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, hell, that's how we got here.
You're right. You made me motion sickness in your car.
And yeah, it's not a motion sickness. It's the height.
Is it really?
Like you're up there high and you're coming down at weird angles and it's gross.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
I love heights. So recently I went to Cedar Point. It was my first time.
What is Cedar Point?
Cedar Point is in Sandusky, Ohio, and I don't know much about it other than it's in Sandusky, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. And it is an amusement park?
It is an amusement park. Mm-hmm. Known for, I believe, just they're really good roller coasters.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. They were pretty great. But yeah, there's some of them that, like, one of them really scared the shit out of me. I don't know what it's called, but I didn't want to ride on it because apparently... Okay, so let me describe this roller coaster to you. First off, it's like set up to look like track racing, like you're in a race car.
Okay.
Okay, and I think it shoots you going like almost 100 miles per hour.
Wow.
It's pretty fast. I could be wrong. I don't know what it's called.
Like 30.
I think it's called like test track or something.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever. It's not 30 miles an hour. But it basically goes straight and then immediately goes up and does like, it basically looks like, like a trombones handle.
Yeah, I don't like this.
All right, like that. And then it comes back down and then you end. Like that's all it is. It's just one loop up and down. Okay? And the reason why I didn't want to ride it was because apparently sometimes it doesn't shoot you fast enough to clear the top of it. And so it'll come back down and they have to shoot you again. And like every time we try to go ride it, it was like shut down because of maintenance issue. Right. So it's like, I didn't like the fact that it was just one scary looking tall loop.
Right.
The fact that sometimes it doesn't clear that loop up.
And it's
then
quote unquote closed for maintenance is not what you want to see in your roller coaster.
So I didn't go on that one.
Good for you.
Okay.
And you're alive.
And I am alive.
You made the right
however,
choice.
My iPhone 6 is not alive.
Oh no. Did it go on the test loop?
No. It decided to be consumed by the Maverick.
Oh no!
So there's a roller coaster called the Maverick there. It was really cool, but
was that Tom Cruise?
No,
in Top Gun.
I wish it was just you sitting on Tom Cruise, and then you fly around.
And he took your phone away.
And he took your phone. No.
Okay.
So, two things.
Okay.
The ride I went on before had like I think it was called the Valraven. Has like you sit in it and your legs are hanging.
Oh God!
Oh, is that already terrifying you? And what happens is you're in a deeper seat, right? So you're kind of into a seat, and then a bar comes down over top and it pushes onto your hips. Okay. So I think that was helping keep my phone in place.
Okay.
Most of the rides I had at that point in time were keeping my phone in place.
Because your phone was in your hip pocket.
My hip pocket.
Okay.
I want to talk about lady shorts.
Okay.
Because the pockets of these fucking shorts were like 3 inches deep.
Okay.
Maybe.
So like little tiny child pockets.
Like I could stick my phone in it and like you could see the top part of it just sticking out a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Whereas I bought recently a pair of men's jogger pants.
Oh yeah.
And like the pockets go all the way down to your fucking knees.
Yeah, it's great. Like men's pants have great pockets.
I don't
like honestly when we do our panels at Gen Con, like pay attention to the boys' shorts because not only are those pockets go all the way to the knees, I've got like nesting doll pockets, pockets inside of pockets, and there's like 15 pockets in a pair of cargo shorts. It's beautiful.
The pants that I'm wearing right now don't even have pockets on them.
Yeah, that's a crime.
Okay, so I should have known better than to trust these lady pockets to contain my iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Which was also had a wallet case on it.
Oh.
Okay. So I get on to the Maverick, which is, I can't remember if it was also hanging, but just the seats were different. There wasn't like a hang bar.
Yeah, right.
And this roller coaster...
But it obviously wasn't like a traditional roller coaster with like a car.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No, I can't remember what it looked like 100%.
Yeah.
But... so anyway, this one was more of a lots of inversions and rollovers. So the
yeah.
other ones I had been always more up and down and side to side, but this was literally spinning you around like 360 to
Yep.
So I was like basically in a washing machine. And so I think all of that short lady pockets, the wrong car seat, the wrong seat, and then the just spinning your machine effect just threw my...
And your phone was out.
Phone was out. There's a part in the ride where, like, right when they take your pictures, there's gunshot noises.
Oh, God.
And then, like, the water sprays up because it's like guns. I was like, oh, after I got there, I was like, no, they got it. They shot my phone out of my pocket. But yeah. So,
did you realize it immediately when it...
Well, because, like, the first thing I did when I got, like, when it goes in and slows you down and you're getting off, is I went to go check my pocket and it was just not there. It was gone. My sunglasses in my other pocket were fine. But the one in my right-hand pocket...
your $4 sunglasses...
No, they were
prescription sunglasses.
There's prescription sunglasses.
Okay, that would have been a big loss, too.
Yeah, it had been like a $40 deal.
Yeah.
But I was going to tell you that the Maverick's first drop isn't a straight, like a straight drop.
Yeah.
It actually curves in more.
Oh, God.
So you're like, you just like curve in and you're falling down like into the roller coaster and then back
into
out.
your own stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good feeling.
It's a terrible feeling.
I love when
How
you
do you get car sick in my little car driving in a straight line?
So motion sickness is a lot different than what I experience. It is different than like being fast. Like going fast through something is fine, but it's that slow rocking motion of like slight turns and like that kind of stuff over a long period of time makes me sick. Like on airplanes. If I'm on an airplane and it like rolls a little bit, that always makes me go, ugh.
Huh.
Boats, same way.
But see, like lots of people get sick on roller coasters. That's like a trope, right?
Right.
So like obviously that kind of motion affects some people.
Right.
And that would be motion sickness, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe it just has to something. Man, that cowboy cookie is like...
You're going to have to edit this at half speed.
Yes, I know.
It's like chipmunks.
What I was saying was, I think it just has something to do with your inner ear. Like maybe mine is just not. I don't know.
See, the only time that I can reliably get myself motion sick is playing like first-person shooter games.
Oh God, that makes me sick too.
I really like, and it has
BioShock.
something to do with the distance from the screen. Like if I'm sitting too close, it gets me. If I'm sitting too far away, it gets me. Like there's a Goldilocks zone there where it's okay.
Did you say Oh yeah, Goldilocks, because just right. I get you. I didn't get that almost.
Yeah, you got to keep up.
I'm slow.
You got to keep up.
But yeah, so
you replace your phone with an even bigger phone and pants with no pockets whatsoever.
Yes. Funny story. I had to get a purse, a whole new purse.
Oh my gosh, that is a purse. I don't think I've ever seen you. Have I ever seen you carry purses?
Usually not.
I mean, to be honest, that's proportionally as big to your new phone as your wallet case was to your old phone.
Yeah, so
It's basically a wallet case for your phone.
it is.
With a strap.
Do you want to feel how big this phone is?
It's huge. It's
I
mean, like, Walmart sells tablets that are smaller than this.
I like it because it compensates for my no dick.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of compensation there.
It is. I like how it feels in my hand.
I mean,
You put your phone on top of my phone.
yes,
and
your phone
it's-
completely envelops my phone.
Do you like the case on the back that I bought for
I do
it?
like that case on the back. See, I am.
You're still an iPhone fucking 4?
No, it's a 5.
Oh, okay.
It's a 5. I had a 4 for a long time, and I actually had no problems with it. But I bought the new car, and the car has lots of connectivity stuff that don't work without Siri.
Okay.
And so I had to upgrade to the 5, which means I just took my wife's old 5 out of our old drawer. Because she said it was completely inoperable and she couldn't use it. She couldn't live with it anymore. I've not had any problems with this phone. But I inherited her purple OtterBox.
Nice. Mine is a white case that has a skeleton inside of a transparent coffin that says "Living the Dream."
Mm-hmm. Your dream is you're dead.
Yeah, I wish.
You wish you dreamed.
I wished the Maverick took me, not my phone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well.
How sad would your phone be?
Pretty sad.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sad.
It'd be cold.
Orphaned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I orphan.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of orphans.
Yes.
I'm just making up a segue.
Speaking of orphans.
I have no idea what you're going to talk about.
We left the children with the babysitter the other night.
Did I seriously do a good job making it sing?
No, I did a good job of covering.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
We left the children with the babysitter the other night. We had date night.
Oh. Ooh.
Yes, which doesn't come along very often.
Sorry.
And so the wife and I went out to the big city, had a big city dinner at a big city fancy restaurant. And like, we don't often do fancy dinners because we're usually with the kiddos.
Yeah.
But this restaurant was like a little too fancy.
Okay. When you say that, what do you mean?
Like, I felt like it was intentionally intimidating.
How does restaurant come off as intentionally intimidating?
Like, well, okay, we sit down.
Okay.
And the menu has this very complicated, like, meat and cheese board appetizer menu.
Okay, like a charcuterie.
Yeah.
I can't say that fucking word.
See?
Charcuterie. Oh my God, kill me now. I gotta stop.
You know what we need is an editor.
So that, like, instead of like me being like that goes, a robot voice company goes, charcuterie.
Yes. Yes.
Or whatever the fuck it's supposed to say.
And so, like, the server comes up and she says, that's pretty confusing. Do you want me to help you explain, or do you want me to explain it to you? And I'm like, yeah, actually I do, because I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here.
Right. So what, I mean, like, can you tell me what this menu looks like? Because, like, I'm trying to figure out.
Like, it had a long list of, like, names of cheeses that didn't tell you what cheese it was.
So
it was like a 6-year-old Smith's Reserve. And I'm like, what the hell is Smith's Reserve?
Like, are you talking like a sharp cheddar?
Right. And like explain to me what Smith's Reserve is, and then I can tell you whether that's a cheese I want or not.
Right. And
she's like, well, tell me what flavor profile you're trying to build. And I'm like, I want meat and cheese. Like, shut up. Like, I want meat and I want cheese, and like, let's go.
Okay.
Like,
I would have been like, what's your favorite flavor profile?
Well, and we kind of went through that. And so she said, well, you want something that's a little harder, and then something that's a little softer, and then you want some meat, and then you want this, and then and so they had a house smoked pork belly.
Oh, God.
It was pretty good, but it was just a teeny little thing. So,
right.
And then it was like a softer cheese that was maybe a brie or camembert.
Camembert.
One of them. And then it was something harder, and I don't remember what.
I love cheese, by the way.
But like, essentially, and then they had a little tiny like shot glass of little tiny gherkins, and a little thing of like spicy mustard.
Yeah. And
little crostinis.
Okay.
And I said, they brought us a ham sandwich, is what they did.
Yeah, just deconstructed.
Deconstructed ham sandwich.
Right.
So, okay. And then we ordered a drink.
Okay.
Which I'm not much of a drinker.
Right.
And so I look at the menu, and none of the drinks are described by ingredients. They are described by flavors.
Okay.
And so this is citrus and vegetal.
What is vegetal?
And this is smoky and
glitterosity.
No, but I mean, it was smoky, and it was citrusy, and it was
round and full and nutty and
right. And yeah, nutty was one of them, and
robust.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do I want? You tell me what I like.
Yes.
And I said, look, give me something with rum in it, something pretty light. I generally like rum and fruit juice, and that's a pretty good deal for me.
Yeah.
And to make things more intimidating or embarrassing, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
All of these drinks were named after 80s songs.
Oh, God.
And so she recommended The Careless Whisper.
Oh, my God. Is that right?
Yes.
So did they play that song for you?
No,
when it
they
comes
didn't. They didn't. And then the wife ordered The Smooth Criminal.
Okay.
Which actually, okay, cool.
So at this point, I would just order by the name of the drink, because
Right. But like,
did you get the Careless Whisper?
I got the Careless Whisper.
Shit, yeah. What a sad song.
The wife got the Smooth Criminal, which was like a tequila and something else. It wasn't bad at all, quite frankly. The Careless Whisper came in like a cordial glass, which is already a very feminine, like kind of hourglassy shapey thing.
Yeah, okay.
With a strawberry in it.
Hot.
Which was sliced thin in the shape of a vagina.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, gosh, what have I gotten myself into here?
Well, deliciousness.
And the Careless Whisper tasted like rum and like maybe butter schnapps.
Okay.
And kerosene.
Good. Okay.
Like it was strong as shit.
Kerosene.
Like I was like, am I too much? Am I not man enough for a Careless Whisper?
Apparently not.
With a little strawberry vagina on it. Like, what are you trying to tell me here?
Well, that you don't belong in this restaurant.
That I don't belong in this restaurant. And then the server was like hovering, like really kind of watching us, and like.
Ew.
Like it wasn't like she was checking on us. Hey, do you guys need something? It was like she would stop for a minute and watch us take a couple bites. And then, like, maybe refill our water or something. And it was like, the whole thing was just...
What? Did she do that to every table or just you guys?
I don't know.
Maybe she was just making sure you didn't, like, break your Careless Whisper or, like, lose yourself in the strawberry vagina.
In the moment. Yeah, right. And so, like, the whole thing... And I'm like, man, this is date night. We're trying to make a nice thing here. And this is just not a super pleasant experience.
Right.
And so I went to the restroom.
Uh-oh. Was there a man in there waiting for you?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
And I was washing my hands, and as I was washing my hands, I turned over and I looked at my forearm.
Uh-huh.
And I've got, and you can still see the remnants
the track
of it.
marks?
No, and like on date night, it was much worse.
Oh, okay.
A tree had gone down in my rural forested homeland.
It looks like you were trying to shoot up heroin.
And
missed a vein.
No, I didn't. And I was cutting this tree up because it was in the little part of my land that I've reclaimed from the forest. And I said, okay, I'm going to cut this tree up and get it out of the way. And I was cutting this tree up, and my chainsaw got snagged.
Oh, shit.
And like, fun fact, I'm a lefty.
Uh-huh.
Chainsaws are built for right-handed people. Like, you're supposed to grab it with your right hand, and that's the trigger and like the control. And so I'm always kind of awkwardly trying to. So it got caught, and I reached around with it with my left hand to get up, and my forearm hit the exhaust manifold on it,
ow,
and I burned myself, like kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like it was ugly. And then as I was moving the branches in the log, I tore it wide open. And so I had like this burn with like tree bark and shit, and it was bleeding, and it was just. And so I'm in this fancy restaurant, and I'm all like intimidated by the weird waitress and like the weird food and the Careless Whisper with kerosene
and vaginas.
And I look at this like horrible like seeping burn on my arm, and I'm like, no one else in this place has a chainsaw burn. I'm the baddest motherfucker in this place. Like, I have no reason to be intimidated.
Right.
Like, I could eat these bitches for lunch. Like, what the hell am I worried about?
Cut up that lady and put her on a crostini.
Yeah. And so, like I kind of had this whole realization, like, man, I don't need, this shouldn't be intimidating. It's just dinner. Nobody knows what they're doing more than I do.
Right.
Like, the server, she was like way younger, and like this was clearly not like a career path for her. It was a job.
Right.
I had this renewed sense of confidence, and I sat down and I started eating again. I had the kimchi meatloaf.
That sounds pretty good.
It was actually it tasted like meatloaf. I didn't taste any kimchi.
What?
I know, but
That's
they had
bullshit.
like these little coal cannon like poof fried balls. They were really good.
Okay.
I was digging it. And the waitress server was like, she walked up and she was kind of hovering again. And I looked up and I was like, I feel like I'm in a dinner theater here.
Uh-huh.
And like, I just kind of gave her a little bit of shit for it.
Uh-huh.
And like, she backed way off.
Good.
Yeah, it was great. And I was like, all of a sudden I had like control over my situation again. And I was like, thank you, Chainsaw Burn.
You should get a tattoo of it.
Yeah, of just it's so much smaller now.
Well, I mean, like, you could, like, recreate it.
It kind of looked like a jet airplane when I first got it. It was really sweet.
That just sounds awful.
It was all. I mean, it hurt like hell. Like, I'm not even.
Say,
But like,
terrible.
but like, it was like a a sense of, I don't know.
It's grounding. It's like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a moment in my life where I've had like the same thing where it's like I feel super out of place, and like a realization that comes through where I'm like, no, I know what I'm talking about. No, I know what I'm doing. Like,
right.
Fuck all y'all. But nothing is cool as a chainsaw burn.
Yeah, I mean, like I was thinking, like, a chainsaw is like pretty much like the baddest tool you're gonna get.
I got a chainsaw for my birthday once.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was my 28th birthday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
My dad.
Like, if like a chainsaw is like the tool you want to get injured. Like, you really don't want to get injured by it,
you don't.
because you can get injured really, really badly. But it's like no one thinks you're a baby if you got hurt by a chainsaw.
Well,
like if you get hurt by like your nail file, like people are like, come on, really? Like chainsaw, they're like, holy shit.
I'm trying to think of other like injuries I've had where I'm like, this is pretty badass. I used to live in rural Indiana, and we had a wood burning stove.
Oh yeah, sure.
And like you have a fireplace.
Yep.
You have a wood burning stove.
Wood burner, yeah.
Wood burner. And we would split logs, or help Dad split logs.
Yep.
And he had one of those electrical like actual log splitters.
Oh god, those are widowmakers, man.
Well,
like I know multiple people that have been like mangled by this.
Like, it just had a lever, and you just like you put a log on a thing.
And a huge hydraulic piston. That,
and then you push the lever down, and then it pushes the log into a splitter at the end.
Yep.
And it splits the log in half.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So as kids, our job was to load the splitter.
Yep.
So we would go pick up logs and then we put them on there.
Yep.
And this would be like, we've been cutting wood all summer, but then like casually. But when it came around to fall time, we would start upping up more.
Yeah, sure.
To get ready for the winter. So we didn't have forced air heating at all.
It was just
wood burning.
Yep.
And I remember it was really cold. I wasn't wearing gloves. So it was probably like end of October, maybe getting into November, starting to get crisp in the day. And my hands are numb. Yeah. Right? And we're just picking up logs and putting them. And I'm trying to keep up with my brother and our neighbor, Brandon. I was just running and picking up logs. Well, I picked up a log that was too big for me. Yeah. And I was probably like 8, 9 years old at the time. My hands are cold. It slips from my hand. I try to catch it, but I don't catch it. And oh gosh. Yeah. Log. So I make a sandwich out of my thumb. Yep. And because my hands are numb. Right. I just like keep going. Yeah. And it wasn't until I feel like something warm running down my hand that I realized I like smashed my entire top of my thumb. Yeah. And it was like nasty. Yeah. Oh gosh. Those are awful. Yeah. That was when I was like 9. Yeah. That was pretty bad. Yeah. For a 9-year-old to do that. Yeah. But I felt like a badass later. Oh, right. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, yes, it's actually a pretty bad injury. Yeah. But at the same time, like, it's not like you got injured doing something stupid. Right. You got injured doing something, like, crazy and strong. And, like I was doing this work, and then I did this thing. Right. Do you pride yourself on being, like, rough, I guess? I don't know how to put it, Dave. Like, well, I think there's a certain, like, sense of masculinity in that. Okay. To some people in my life, I am the most rugged, like, backwoodsy dude they know. Okay. To other people in my life, I am like the most effete, fancy man. And that's kind of okay. Because like I am a little bit of both. But I've often thought, like along these lines, that if I was ever to go to prison. Okay. Like, what crime would I want to commit that would give me some kind of, like, legitimacy in prison? And, like, I guess I'm assuming I don't want to murder anybody because, like, that's, like, I don't want to be a murderer. Like, not that and to be fair, I don't want to commit any of these crimes. Don't commit crimes. This is bringing Owls to Athens PSA. Yeah. Don't commit crimes. Don't commit crimes. Don't do a crime. Yeah. Don't do crime. Don't do crimes. Crimes aren't good. No. But if you were to do a crime. If you want prison legitimacy, these are the crimes you should think about. I can't think of crimes, like Dave. I'm too white collar crime is not your friend in this case. You don't want to be like, I embezzled some money from my credit union. Like, no. That's like... Dave, I'm too pure of heart. I can't think of any crimes. How about arson? Okay. But like... Is it really cred? Like, it had to be like arson in a cool way. Right. Like cool arson. Not like I'm a weird firebug and I burned down a church.
But like,
I set fire to this place for a reason.
yeah, for like revenge reasons.
Yeah.
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 What
Like-
would have to be revenge? I'm trying to think of things I would burn down. Once I wanted to burn down a Hot Topic. But that's not gonna give me prison legitimacy.
Like, okay, Amber, you're gonna go to women's prison. That's better than you're thinking. Burn down a Hot Topic for revenge.
Because there was like this manager I had that I just like couldn't stand.
Yep, and you're like,
one of the things that pissed me off the most is when like I go into a situation that people just that I've never been in before, and that people who are supposed to be managing you or helping you or whatever don't help you or manage you at all. And so you're setting yourself up they're setting you up for failure.
Yes, absolutely.
And so one of the things that pissed me off the most in this Hot Topic was they expected me to do stuff, but no one trained me.
Yeah.
And so like one of the things was like you had to take out trash, okay, to the trash compactor at the end of the day or end of the shift. But you're supposed to apparently have somebody check the trash before you take it out, so you're not stealing merchandise, like stuffing merchandise into, because I want your stupid Alice in Wonderland crap or your Invader Zim shit. No, like I'm not stuffing it into the trash and then compacting it. Right. And so, or stuffing it in the trash and then picking up later at the night and getting it.
Yep. I get it.
But nobody told me that.
Right.
They're just like, Amber, you need to take out the trash.
And because you're too pure of heart, you would have never thought.
Yeah.
Like why would anyone do that?
Yeah. Like, why would I do that? So I take out the trash, I get back, I get like not yelled at, but almost wrote up for it.
Right.
And they're like, well, now we have to go outside and compact the trash and like make sure it's all crushed up just in case you might have done something. And I'm like, how dare you? Fuck you is what I really wanted to say.
Right.
And that moment, I never wanted to burn down a place more in my life.
Yeah.
Such petty.
Do you regret not burning it down?
No, I have there's no regrets there.
Okay.
Because I let it go. Because those sad people are probably still working at Hot Topic.
They wouldn't be if you'd burned it down. They'd have been unemployed.
I think it's worse to just be working at Hot Topic forever.
Okay.
I hated working there.
And so, like, I genuinely think any crime related to, like, revenge or, like, a vengeance kind of thing, I think that's pretty legit.
But also, doesn't that make me... Yeah, because doesn't that make me seem just a little unhinged?
Yeah.
Like, I burned down Hot Topic because they thought I was stealing stuff in the trash.
Right.
It does sound fucking crazy.
Like, it's like, and so, like, yeah, you're in the prison and they're like, hey, let's go shank the new meat over there. And you're like, no, man, did you hear? She burned down a Hot Topic. She's crazy.
Just because they thought she was stealing.
Right.
And she wasn't stealing.
Right. And her manager, Brandy, looked at her weird. You're not petty.
I'm
not
not
petty.
I'm pure of heart, Dave.
Yes.
I do no crimes.
And so, yeah, that's pretty legit.
What would you go to prison for?
I'd stab somebody with a knife.
So not to murder them.
No, I don't want
to hurt them.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Why? Like, what would be your motivation for stabbing somebody?
Well, at one point, the wife and I were talking. This has been years ago.
Okay.
But I said, "Hey, don't cheat on me. I'll beat that guy up, whoever he is."
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Well, what if I was cheating on you with a guy in a wheelchair?"
She could.
Right.
Right.
And I said, I'd beat him up. He's easier to beat up. So.
Well, first off, one thing. First off, it takes two to tango.
Right.
She had to enter that contract too. Why does the dude have to be the one to be?
Because if she, and I told her this, I said, if you cheat on me, it's an emotional thing for you.
Right.
And so hurting him hurts you.
Wow. Should I put this on air?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's honest.
Okay.
And so yes, I would stabbing the paraplegic my wife was having an affair with is a implausible yet imaginable scenario for me to go to prison.
Wow, and you know what? Actually, I don't know. I don't think they would give you cred in there. I really don't think it would give you cred.
Really?
Because you stabbed somebody in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
Not to murder them, but just to hurt them, to hurt your wife.
Yeah.
That's not going to give you any fucking cred.
Really?
No.
Dang it.
No. You're low.
Okay,
you're
so
low. There's like you know how it is, right? Anybody who hurts children in any way,
yep.
You're like just like a couple steps above that.
But this guy was a sleazebag.
No, he wasn't.
Why is the paraplegic so pure? Why is he such a good guy?
Did he know that in this hypothetical situation? Did he know that she was married?
Yes.
How would he know?
Because she showed him her marriage license as a joke. Like, look at this loser. And he asked her. He said, "Hey, babe, you know how I got in this wheelchair?" And she said, "No. Could you tell me the story?" He's like, "I broke my back hurting puppies." And so like he's a bad guy. Like he's not a good guy at all. And so like he deserves it. He just deserves it.
Again, I'm just reemphasizing this would not give you jail cred.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe I'm not cut out for jail.
No, I don't think so. So don't stab anybody. Oh, good night, everybody. I'm out.
I'm out. No, you know what? You can't get out. First of all, we're in a world of imagination.
Okay.
You got to find an exit.
Okay. I eat my way through the cowboy cookie that is the door of this imagination world.
Wow.
And I escape.
Secondly, we haven't done Pellets of Wisdom.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Speaking of the relationships, we have another question.
Okay.
From Andy.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Andy.
Uh-huh.
The question we have is, how do you tell someone you're interested in them without ruining the friendship?
Well.
Don't stab them.
It does not involve a knife.
No.
Do not stab their loved ones. That is not...
I mean, when I show interest in somebody, I tend to not stab them.
What about people that are close to them?
You mean, like, their friends?
It's like a John Hinckley thing.
I don't know who John Hinckley is.
John Hinckley was the man who shot Ronald Reagan because he was obsessed with Jodie Foster.
Okay.
And he shot President Reagan to prove to Jodie Foster how much he loved her.
Wow.
So that's...
Was he friends with Ronald Reagan?
No.
Okay.
No, he's just a dude.
Or was he friend with Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay.
She had taken out restraining orders on him.
Oh, wow. So,
and so that was the only way he could really communicate with her.
So, if you don't want to ruin your friendship, don't shoot or stab or maim anybody that's close to them.
Okay.
So good there.
Mm-hmm.
Because shooting, stabbing somebody that they're close to is not really.
It will get their attention.
Yeah, but
and it will change your dynamic.
Show that you're interested, apparently.
Yeah,
but not in a way that will keep your friendship or your life intact.
Yeah. I would advise against that.
Right.
Yeah.
They say honesty is usually like the best policy.
I think you're right. I think honesty is the best policy. I think sometimes we get so concerned with others, like the hypotheticals.
Yes.
And the anxiety that those hypotheticals produce. Mm-hmm. That like the situation becomes simpler than what it's made out to be.
Right. Because like I always go, what's worst case scenario? They're going to be like, no.
Right.
And then you, I mean, quote unquote, lose their friendship. But like, if you express your interest and they're good friends with you, and they say no, and you respect that no,
right,
and you have that conversation, your friendship should be able to stay intact.
And I think that's important is if they are good friends and if you respect that no.
Right.
Then expressing those feelings, there's not a big downside. If this person isn't a close friend, then you probably are risking that friendship, but so be it.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't that close. I mean, right. I don't know.
But I mean, it reminds me back the story I was telling about date night.
Uh-huh.
Like I was intimidated in that restaurant.
Right.
But then I kind of found myself and like I realized that the whole situation wasn't as intimidating as I was making it out to be.
Right.
And when I realized that, when I could see past my own anxieties, it's just a dumb restaurant with meatloaf.
Right.
And,
exactly.
And Andy, your friend is just a dumb restaurant with meatloaf.
Right.
they're probably good.
Yeah,
like,
it's probably not bad.
but like, don't be intimidated by it.
Right. They're all just meat.
They're all just meat.
We're all just meat.
And sincerely, I do think our anxieties get the better of us at times. Right. I mean, all of us.
Right.
And we all doubt ourselves and doubt our own like capabilities and our own beauty and our own everything. I think one of the best favors we can do ourselves is learn the lesson that like nobody knows what they're doing. Who knows? I mean, this friend isn't. They aren't in control any more than our question writer is. They aren't sure of things. They question themselves. They're anxious about things. They doubt themselves. Maybe this is the thing this friend has been waiting on, right?
Who knows? You never know. And you won't ever know unless you ask. And you won't ever
know unless you ask. Yeah. So burn yourself with a chainsaw, Andy, and just wade into this. Take your chances. Roll your dice. And if you get that no, respect that no, and go forward. But the path not taken is the one we regret, right?
Right. I would say that the best approach to asking is just being as direct as possible with no flowers or cut off like anything floral. Just, hey, we have a really good friendship, and I feel like maybe it could be something more. I'm interested in you romantically, and is this something that you also feel for me? And if it's a no, then you respect it and go, okay, well, that's fine. I would still like to maintain my friendship with you. I hope this doesn't make this awkward. Do you need space, time? Yeah, I would still like to maintain a friendship.
Right. Whatever you need to make that happen, we can give you a little space, whatever. Yeah. That's fine.
I can keep my emotions in check. I won't make this weird for you.
Yep.
That's another big thing is you have to be able to keep those emotions with you or learn how to push them out elsewhere.
Or, be honest with yourself and with your friend and say, look, this is a deal breaker. I really want this relationship. I don't think I can maintain this friendship with you if I can't have that. And so be it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But honesty is the best policy.
Always.
And just be forward and direct.
Yep. The question didn't specify, a rejection.
Right.
I think people sometimes are worried that, maybe if you add romance to something, it might change the dynamic of your friendship a little bit. But for me personally, I feel like really a lot of good romantic stuff starts from a good foundation of friendship.
It should be. Should. Like I say, everybody's relationships are different. Right. And, but if it's a mature relationship that has a future, there has to be an element of friendship.
Some sort of camaraderie or something.
Because when the chips are down, you have to have each other's backs.
Right.
That's just that. Otherwise, you don't have a relationship.
Right.
And when the chips are down, friends have each other's backs. And so, I wouldn't move forward in a relationship with someone unless I did consider them a friend.
Correct. Same here. And I guess it's like one of those things where, a relationship is a relationship until it isn't a relationship anymore. And so if you're worried, because my brain does the spirals where it's like, well, what happens in 3 years when the relationship ends? For whatever reason, we find out that we're not compatible romantically or stuff comes up and whatever, also friendships end from time to time.
Sure, absolutely.
So it's not like nothing's guaranteed. So go for it.
Yeah, sure.
That's my advice.
Mine too.
Yeah, go for it.
I like it.
That's our advice. That's been pellets of goddamn wisdom.
Yeah. Oh, so wise.
Oh my God. Sometimes it's exhausting.
It is exhausting being this wise in a world of dullards and dum-dums. Our wisdom is literally breathtaking at times.
And burdensome.
This much wisdom is heavy.
Burdensome. Sorry, dude.
Puns.
Whatever, they're stupid. I hate myself.
Well,
whatever.
It's the only you've got unless we change consciousnesses.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to trade with you.
It's pretty good in here.
No, it's all right. I'm good out here.
There's literally no pain. It is beautiful in here.
What were you talking to me about? A chainsaw burn?
Yeah, it feels great. It does.
Well, if you want to support this wisdom, because our brains are so heavy and we really need the support.
Gosh, yeah, because I'm kind of lolling off to one side here.
Yeah, it's kind of... sometimes I have to not look at Dave while we're talking because it's really disturbing.
First of all, this is a big head.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
And I've had to grow an exceptionally large neck to support it. But even at that, sometimes it lolls off to one side or another, and it's hard to keep this thing straight. I need help. I need support.
So send us some support beams for Dave's neck.
Support dollars. I need support dollars.
Some like scaffolding or something to help.
I need scaffolding made out of pledges.
Right. But no, honestly, the best way to help us out is like leaving a rating or review on iTunes or any other podcast app that has that whole deal.
Those shadeals.
Shebang, shadeal.
But they could support us through Patreon.
They could give us
financially
money.
if they want.
So we could buy you that neck brace that you need.
Yeah, gosh, do I need that?
So if you want to do that and buy Dave a sweet neck brace.
Actually, I need 2 neck braces that are kind of connected because his neck is big.
Okay. Whatever. You could go to patreon.com/Geekspective because Bringing Alice to Athens is part of the Geekspective network.
Yes.
Where Dave and I also do other podcasts.
Yes, several other podcasts.
Well, you're only on one other one.
Okay. I've been sending you audition tapes to Shapeshift.
Oh, really?
Yes. Did you know that Shapeshift is an award-winning podcast?
What?
Yes.
I won an award?
Yes. Shapeshift, your podcast, won an award recently at the Indie PopCon for Best Gaming Podcast.
No one told me this.
Yes. Well, your phone was in the bottom of Lake Erie.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
And so we would have told you, but only a carp got that text message.
Oh.
It's really sad. But yes, Shapeshift recently won an award. And it's actually a spectacular podcast. Well worth listening.
It's because Shapeshift is an actual play podcast, and so is Tales from Moxbury.
Oh, okay.
Which is what you're on.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for now.
Yeah, until you get on Shapeshift, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any of these tapes, but I'll look for them. Maybe they're in my spam folder.
Yes, I sent them to shapeshiftthepodcast.party.
Oh.
I clicked on the flying toaster and put it in there.
Okay. Well, I'll check the crumb tray later.
Okay. Yes. I opened the floppy disk drive and I just spoke into there, and I assume that's how you get my audition.
Yes. What else we got to say? I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think thethe's anything else to say.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
We have beaten this horse to death.
God, I'm so ready to get off this horse and into a cowboy cookie. So I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks, Dave.
I'll see you in 2 weeks, Amber. This has been a great podcast.
Yeah, I guess.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.